What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ439 coming at you with my third place regionals at Fort Worth Magical Musketeer deck profile. I'm very excited to showcase you what I have to offer. A couple things before going into it. I pretty much 2-0'd every single of my opponents today. I only lost one round, which was kind of unfortunate. But other than that, I won all my games with ease. I made my deck tailored to go towards second. And I tried playing the going first variant in the beginning, but turns out like that's not the most optimal decision. So I went to just go pure second, and that was absolutely correct. I wouldn't change a thing in my entire deck besides maybe a couple of side cards. But other than that, I'm very happy with the results. And without any further ado, let's get on with the deck profile. Started off with the main deck. So first off, obviously, we run the triple Caspar. Caspar is great. Obviously, he's the Stratos of the deck. Searches whatever you need. Obviously, the most expensive Musketeer card. You gotta play him at 3. Nothing much more to say about him. Next, we run the triple Starfire. Very, very good. Helps facilitate your OTKs with Utopia. And just being able to spawn more monsters from deck is very critical. Another thing I wanted to mention before starting the video was another reason why this deck is really, really good in this format. And it's because if you notice, a lot of people's sides are catered towards Orcust and Thunders and all that, but they don't really necessarily hurt this deck. So and they don't really know how to play around it either. They're just so focused on the meta that rogue decks like Musketeers could do really, really good. So next we run the triple Kit Brave. This card's alright. You discard a Musket card to draw 2 cards. It comes in handy, and he's the biggest one. So yeah. Next we run double Doc. Originally I had 3 when I was playing the going first variant, and that was correct at that time, but Doc is only good mid to late game, especially when you Desires banish off a lot of stuff. You need to regather resources from the graveyard. Next, for the last of the Musketeers, we play 1 Calamity. Only reason why we play her is so that you use Starfire to bring her out, and sometimes you use her on-field effect to where you bring a Musketeer monster from the graveyard to the side of the field, potentially a Starfire, and then just go with Utopia play. So that is it for the Musketeer monsters, and now for the hand traps, I play triple Phantasme. Phantasme is a phenomenal card. I know it's out of the price budgets for some players, but I think it's absolutely necessary to play in this deck for multiple reasons. One, it can help fish out for more quote-unquote hand traps for your Musketeers, protect your Musketeers, and does so much for the deck, so that's really nice. Also, shuffle back bricks like Utopia Double, so that's really good. And then lastly, we play double Ash. We don't play triple. Reason is because you already run a ton of hand traps, so you don't really need to see the third Ash. Ash is the most generic and best hand trap, in my opinion, and it can hit every deck. So, yeah, that's it for the monsters. And now for the spells. We play triple Cross Domination. It's basically like imperm, but it makes the monsters attack 0 defense, 0 attack and 0 defense. It's really good. You can activate during a damage step, and your opponent can't really respond to it, so that's really good. Next we run triple Super Poly. Honestly, one of the MVPs today. This card is just so good. It lets you be able to go through nasty boards. I was more worried about the Pendulum matchup and the Dragon Link matchups because they will have 5-6 negates and you can't really do much. So you would just Super Poly to help facilitate your plays. But fortunately, that wasn't the case. I played a lot of Orcust, and this card is actually really good against Orcust and Salads as well. Next, we played Triple Cosmic Cyclone. Initially, I had this card on the side, but I just realized how powerful this card is. Card is a +1, and you don't even care about losing 1,000 life points. The reason is because you just play underneath the Musket card, and they trigger their effect while getting rid of a problematic card. I was worried a lot about Floodgates. Decks like Altergas Subterrors and all that stuff. Striker, I didn't even play a single Striker today. But yeah, Cosmic Cyclone could get rid of that 1 Crescendo, the Babel, or whatever, and your opponent wouldn't have access to it. Next, we run the double Instant Fusion. We don't play triple. You don't want to see multiple copies of this. Usually I would side out a copy. But it can help, go sometimes into Mud Dragon to help make Utopia. Thousand Eyes Restrict is actually really good. I made him quite a bit today. And yeah. Next we play Double Desires. I wanted to play this card at 3, but I realized, like, especially playing with the Utopia package, you don't want to risk banishing those. And I realized, like, you don't even want to resolve the second copy, even if it gets to mid to late game, because at that point you won't have that much cards left in your deck, and it'll be really hard to grind. But yeah, Desires is really good, especially early game. It can help, make some nice boards and things like that. Next up for the one is the one Upstart Goblin, and then the one Double or Nothing. Upstart Goblin is absolutely phenomenal. It's a +1, and Double or Nothing. It helps get OTKs. And so yeah. Next for the traps, we play the triple Last Stand. Last Stand's absolutely amazing. I see some people playing 2. I think that's incorrect, especially if you're playing Desires. This card could disrupt cards like Crescendo and Salamangreat, Roar, Rage, and things like There Can Only Be One. So yeah, it helps. It helps allow you to go through your plays. Next, we run the triple Desperado. It's really good. Just targets one card face up on the field and destroy it. So that's pretty good. And then lastly, for the last 2 of the Musket cards, we play the one Dancing Needle and then the one Crooked Crown. These cards are absolutely phenomenal. I was thinking about bumping this card up to 2, but I think 1 did just fine for me today. Being able to banish 3 cards from your opponent's graveyard, and if you're able to like recycle this card with the dock and things like that, it's just absolutely disgusting. It's like 3 Call by the Graves with 3 DD Crows in 1 card. And this card allows you to special summon another Musket card from your hand during the main phase. And wherever it's summoned, that adjacent zone to your opposed side of the field cannot be used. Also, you gotta be like really smart with this card. If someone plays a spell or trap card in a different zone, you can chain this to that card, summon a Musket to that zone, and trigger the Musket card's effect. This card is actually really good because decks like Altergeist or trap cards like Compulsory Evacuation Device absolutely hurt you, and you need a follow-up play. This card allows you to do that. So that's it for the main deck. That is 40 cards, and I'm moving on to the extra deck. We run triple Max. This is the reason why the deck's good now, and why you go second. Being able to potentially +5 is absolutely insane. This card's a game changer. So yeah, nothing much more to say about it. More for the generic links, you run the one Unicorn and one Phoenix. You run mind controls and stuff like that, so if you take control of a Link 2 monster, you can go into Unicorn. If Phoenix will pop Problematic Back Row. I also like it to link it with Max so you can draw a card, so that's pretty cool. The one Link Kariba for Restrict, and the one Borosword to go for game, especially when you summon a lot of monsters with Max and you mind control, things like that. Borosword helps go for game. Next, we played the Utopia package, also helps go for game. For your instant fusion target, we played the 1000 Restrict and the one Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon actually came in a lot today. Using its effect to protect your light Musketeer monsters comes in a lot. And it's an instant fusion target and a super poly target as well. For more super poly targets, we run this, the Starving Venom, Dragostapelia, and lastly the one Violet Chimera, which came in quite a bit today actually. So that's it for the extra deck. Now moving on to the side deck, we run triple Nibiru. First I was playing 2, but I just realized how powerful the card is. It's just an auto win against some decks, and it's really easy to get over, especially with cards like Desperado, things like that. So yeah, Nibiru is just a game-changing card. I think it's just mandatory to play it in everyone's side, if not in the main. Next, we play triple Mind Control, also another +1. Putting it underneath a Musket card, triggering the Musket card's effect, and being able to take control of your opponent's card. It's an excellent bait card as well. Mind Control is absolutely phenomenal. Next, we play something that never came up, but in theory it was pretty good. The double Mystic Mine and the one Terraforming to search the Mystic Mine, because you can play it underneath the Musket card to trigger its effect to search this. And the reason, initially I had 3 summon limit, but I changed this last second to this because Mystic Mine can go first and second, but summon limit can't go second. And you don't know if some people are going to make you go first, so this is always like a safe sided to do. And people can't expect it, so like people won't side in cards like Cosmic Cyclone or Twin Twister against you, so this card will potentially almost be live, and if you need to get rid of it, you can just Desperado destroy it. Next we run the triple red Reboot. I didn't play this before, but I just realized how good this card is in this deck. Making sure your max goes through, and if they were to, you use a trap card to disrupt it, you can just chain Red Reboot to it, let them set a card from their deck, and it doesn't matter because you just summon another Musketeer card in addition to that, and potentially OTK with cards like Utopia. And lastly, we played the triple evenly match. Never came up, but in theory, evenly match is just one of the best side deck cards ever created. So yeah. Anyways, YouTube, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or things like that, please post it down below in the video. I always try my best to respond. Hit that like and subscribe button, and have a nice day.